Howdy ho, guys and gals. Welcome back to the Den of Tools. We've talked about a lot of different e-bikes and stuff here on the channel, but today we've done something special. We've partnered with KBO to help out somebody in need and get them the ability to get to work. And they're going to do it in style on the KBO Tornado step-through e-bike. Here you can see a price currently $1,200. That's a heck of a sale. If you've seen the stuff we've been talking about here on the channel, you know this bike should be right at $1,500. In fact, that's a sale price from everybody else. So we're going to take you through step by step on the bike, show you some on-bike stuff. We're going to tell you more about what's going on, what's special about the bike, and what's special about the situation. Thanks again to KBO sending this bike and donating this bike for this cause. Big shout out to Grimmeute for a friend of the channel. He and his wife, just fantastic folks, for stepping in, seeing somebody in need in the community and reaching out to somebody to find, gathering people together to try and see what we can do to help. And look at this, and KBO coming through. Look at the beautiful paint on that bike. I love that color. It pops. This is a fantastic looking bike. We've seen a lot in this style. I don't know, maybe it's the colors, the graphics, it really jumps out at me. To be honest, it's very similar to a lot of the other bikes in this class, and yet the fit and finish, you got the twist throttle there. Look at the Shimano. That's a step above, honestly, the Shimanos that we normally see on the other bikes. Is it the best in the class out there? No, I mean, these are standard wire. They're not hydraulic brakes. It'd be nice, but still, somehow they managed to get a better level of fit and finish at a price point that beats everybody else. We'll talk more about that. Then we'll talk exactly the features, everything that's on here. There you can see www.kbobike.com. Go and check them out. Come on, they're doing good things for our communities. Least you can do is at least see what they got to offer. I'm not saying you got to buy from them, but at least go and check them out. Nice bike rack. On these bikes, having that rack on the bike, on the back of the bike, really just, especially if you get the basket, and they do have that as an option, but you get those baskets, it really makes it useful, especially when you want to send the kids to the store, so you can stay home and rest after a long day. Anyway, you can see a standard hub motor, good reflectors, big reflectors on this. They didn't cheap out on the reflectors. Again, just look at the fit and finish on this. This is not some cheap slap together kind of bike. Good welds on this. They cross all their T's, they dot all their I's, and I love to see that on something like this, especially for something that we're given to a young man who really needs this. He was in a bad spot, and I can't say thank you enough for KBO stepping up to the plate and really knocking it out of the park with this one. As I said, we'll talk more about the battery here in a bit, but as you can see, the fit, I know I'm going on about the fit and finish on this, but the way they integrate that is a lot better than a lot of the other bikes that I've seen. Quick release on the front tires can be both good and bad. Make sure if you do have quick release front tires, you run those bike locks through the front tire as well, or they will walk. Well, I guess depending on where you live. We don't have that problem up here in Montana, but I'm guessing down in South Florida that might be an issue. Big thanks also to, this is not Grimmeute's shop, this is his employer's shop, for letting him take the time and use the space for filming this. It looks really nice and awesome. And of course, his boss has got all his toys and stuff in there, so maybe we go down there, maybe let us play with them. Nice little light, not the best light up front, but it's a decent light. I've seen worse, trust me, I've seen worse on this, especially again, as I keep going back to the price point, because you have to keep that in consideration. How about this? We got on battery meter check, so you can sit there without having to turn the bike on. You can come in here. You do have to go around the little safety bar there, which is nice, protects the battery. Press the button there, and now it's going to tell you exactly how much juice you have in the battery. If you could press the button, maybe you can't. Anyway, honestly, I thought you had to have the bike turned off to be able to read the battery. Maybe that's what he just did. Maybe he just turned it off. There, it's off now. He's turning it back on there. I was not on site. I didn't get a chance to make it down to Florida for this. Would have been nice, but anyway, I got to talk to Grimmeute all along the way on this, and big thanks to him for making this happen. Anyway, you see, nice clear display, good. I don't know if that. Yeah, is that a gooseneck? I don't know if that's called as a gooseneck. My bike terminology may not be the best out there, but easy on and off, simple, easy controls, which I think are great. Some of the e-bikes get a little complicated on the controls, and they try to be overly fancy. Again, you're riding here. How much do you want to be looking down at your bike handles there, trying to figure out what's going on? Again, look at all the welds on this. Really nice. The lock there. This does not turn it on and off. That allows you to remove the battery. Okay. Well, there you go. There you have it. So the situation was, and I don't want to get too into the individual because I wanted him to remain anonymous, but he and his mother had escaped Venezuela and everything that's going on down here, moved to Florida where a friend of mine lives, and he knew these people and was, trying to, was happy to help them as best he could, get them on their feet and stuff. And the young man had gotten a scooter to ride to work for his first job and stuff. And like 2 weeks in, it gets stolen from him, and he can't get to work. He's trying to figure out what he's going to do. So I partnered here with KBO. They reached out and we talked, and we sent this young man this e-bike so now he can ride in style. Thank you so much, because I love seeing somebody who really wants to get out there, really wants to get the job and do the work and put in the time, but who was in a situation where he just couldn't get there, and we did what we could. Anyway, let's talk some more about the bike, shall we? So as I said, great price on this bike, and it really hits a lot of the numbers. The 48 volt standard in this class, 14 amp hour, it's on the 14, 15, 16 are what I consider the standard amp hours for these style of bikes. 750 watt motor. A lot of them are 570, 750 is excellent. The Shimano 6-speed, again, that's standard in this class. 45-mile range. If you pump the tires up all the way, you're doing pedal assist on a flat ground. You can maybe, a smaller person, this guy could definitely, the young man we got to, he could definitely probably hit it. 26 by 4 inch fat tire bikes. Again, that fat tire, it's got a front end suspension on it. We'll talk more about that later, but the fat tire really evens out that ride, especially if you have to go through the job sites on dirt, on sand, stuff like that. 350-pound load capacity. That's pretty high for this class of bike. Now, how about this? They call out exactly the batteries that you're getting in the system. You don't see almost anybody else, except for maybe the higher end bikes, doing that. These are not discount, Chinese cells or something like this. We got Samsung or LG cells in the battery. That's fantastic. Now let's step through some of the other details here. We talked about the 750 geared hub motor, the fat tires there, the 6-speed gear shift there, that's standard, the durable bike rack. Again, at this price point, that should be an add-on. And a lot of other bikes we've looked at, those are an add-on, and this one comes built in. It's got the shifter and the grips. I love those grips. It's got the palm swell, the flat on, so you can get up on top of them and you can rest this part of your palm on it. That's fantastic. Extra large, comfortable saddle. You can see the extra cushioning in there. The USB charging, this is fantastic. You're out, you're commuting long distance. Now you can charge your battery on your phone. You can get your phone, get a little phone holder. They run like $15. Get one of those, put it on there. You're charging your phone as you go. The lockable front suspension. If you want a faster ride, you're on good concrete, stuff like that, you don't need that cushioning to make it too soft for you. You can lock those forks. That is standard in this class, though. I will say the multi-function display. Here's what I'm gonna say. It doesn't have a little bright, shiny colors, so that kind of takes it down a notch. There's some out there that are really bright, super, different colors for different things. That's really cool. But you know what? This is a budget bike, and yes, for an e-bike at that price, that's a budget kind of price. But it's sharp and it's crisp and it's clear, and that's what you need from a display, really. You just want to look down, glance, see what it is, and look back up. You don't want to spend your time staring at the bright, shiny colors down there. Bad things will happen. PVC fenders, that's standard, and mechanical disc brakes, slightly smaller than the other ones, but this is, he's not going to go mountain biking in this thing. He doesn't need the 180s or the 200s or something like this. 160 will get the job done just fine. I'll say this, for the company, they got a lot of other cool stuff. Look at this. They've got e-cargo bike trailers for $250, bike racks. They've got saddlebags. They've got a folding front basket, and even oversized saddle bike locks, which we probably have to get in one of those. I think we did. We got mirrors, all sorts of, tons of great accessories. And this is not the only bike they sell. They've got a lot of great bikes, and all of them, I'm really shocked by the price, because the prices they have as standard are pretty much everyone else's sale price. All right, we got commuters, all-terrain, the cargo bikes. I like the cargo bikes. The urban electric, that's also a good one for commuters as well. If you're just riding concrete, that's a great one for a commuter, electric commuter bike there. All great prices on this kind of stuff. Anyway, be sure and check them out. Let me show you some more of the riding footage, and you all take care. God bless, and as always, shine on.